Okay, we are on. Now, yesterday I spent the whole stream messing with a glass material. Which was a waste of time, but now I know not to do that again, because the glass, getting anything done with glass, when it pertains to lights shining through it, it's kind of a pain. So I switched it over to a translucent material. And I'm going to go through what I set up here because it's kind of a mess and I need to straighten it out anyway. But I went with, translucent material, dirtied it up a bit, and put a node in there to control the color. As I figure, something like this isn't necessarily going to be glass, it can be plastic, and well, there, it's plastic now, so it looks good with the light coming through it. There's going to be some tweaks with the mesh we have to do to clean up this translucent, the effect of the translucent shader, translucent shader, because it gets a little wonky looking. So let's go through the setup here. Let me zoom this in. So basically what I have is how should I start this? Because I kind of worked on it backwards and then ended up with this. I wanted to get the ambient occlusion on there to define more of these ridges, because without it, I want to see what that looks like. It was, well, the color actually helps that, but at least here we can control the amount, I guess. Let me turn this to material preview. Oh, did I just crash it? Come on now. We be crashing Blender. But here you can control the ambient occlusion a bit, so it was more pronounced before I got all the other nodes on there, but it's still a valid node to use. What did I have? I'm gonna kick that up a bit. So what I have is the ambient occlusion texture image into the ambient occlusion node, color ramp to mess with the contrast, and I am multiplying that with the base color of this light, which didn't have really a color on it. It was just kind of a grayish white because I didn't create a color for it in Substance, so it's just putting let's just say a whitish material on there. But I wanted this node setup to have a image input for use with any other model. So multiplying that together just gets you the color and that edge darkness. on there. I needed the roughness value. Move this over. Before I put the color image in, I was just using this as the color. I don't know if I take this out, if that's going to affect it. We will try it. But this is the roughness map for the eye lens. It's just the same basic grayscale scratch grunge image I'm using to using on the roughness on the eye lens, and I have that plugged into the roughness there. I also have a color ramp here going into mix with the base color and ambient occlusion into this is a mix RGB node set to the color filter, so we can tweak the color of this lens overall. Excuse me. Just gives a little bit of control. Let's see if removing this, because I was using this color ramp to mess with the color of the roughness as it got mixed with the plain base white color. But now this node here does all that. So you can get back to there, and this factor value just controls the color of this. So a factor of 1 is going to be the full color. Anything less is just going to take away. So that gives you control there. So let's first see what happens if I take out the color ramp. Alright. Let's leave the color ramp in, because then that way you can control the color and contrast of the grunge texture or roughness. Kind of want that on there, so. And you can also mess with the color values here as well. It has less of an effect because of this color node over here, or this mix node. But I'm going to leave this here because I want to be able to control the roughness map as it applies to the color on this plasticky material here. I might add a glossy node a bit just so to have some control over specular highlights. I haven't tried that yet, so so that is the base color here, and then the roughness adding into the color and the roughness of the material. And for the light coming through, I have from this ambient occlusion, I could probably go from here. No. Yeah, I probably could use the color into the translucent. I haven't tried that yet, but anyway, this is working for the moment. I added the main part of the material here. Let me turn on the light. And the main part of the material is driven with the translucent. I have it right now as a split between transparent and translucent, but it works at a higher level, taking away some of the transparency. I'm going to kick on the rendered view here. You can see that the transparency is a little much, so let's kick that up. It wasn't doing this earlier. So that's transparent and that is not. I might just have to take that transparency off of there because it... Oh, I know why it was... I had this area light affecting things. I'm going to leave this here as a control for any other material use. For this case, it's not doing anything. It's actually just messing things up. So, but for this, I'll just turn it off by cranking the factor up to 1. But I'll leave it there for the material template, basically. I'm gonna try, see what this does. Plug the color into there. So let me pop that at 0.7. .8. Oh, that's 9. I can't read that. 0.8. So that does have a bit different effect here. So I had the color of the ambient occlusion going into there initially. Let's do just the color in the ambient occlusion. And let's just do the roughness and everything into there. That works better. So we'll do that. Because I will make just a material file that I can use with the new asset browser. So I'll clean all this garbage out and organize this and label it and have a material that I could put in the description of the video once we're all done here. It won't show up immediately. I'll have to add it later, but it will be there later today, if not tomorrow. So there is that. That's actually looking a little better even. I'm just testing some stuff out here. Yeah, let's leave it there, and that's looking good. Let's turn the world down a bit. Actually, 0.1 is where I was testing it. One more time. It's not too bad, but I think we can control that with this. Yeah. So we'll just leave this at what I have at 0.8. Make sure, yeah. What else? What else? What else? So that's looking okay. I did put a floor in here just to catch some light. I wanted to see what we were looking at. Right now the light, what do I have that? I don't have anything. I couldn't put some, I might put a roughness through here or a texture to kind of break it up a bit. Excuse me. Yeah, I got that set strength 1000. I wonder if we add a black body to it. So we still have the strength, and this black body simulates real light. So like incandescent has a certain temperature, fluorescent certain temperature. So, and I don't know these temperatures, but I think that it's going to give it a little bit of a, where'd I have it, like 15,000? Ooh, that's nice and bright. I don't know. I'd have to get a temperature chart out because it's simulating physical light temperature ratings, which I don't know. So let's do what I had 10,000. Let's do 9,000, not 900. Meh. We can work with that. I'm gonna add this as a control. Actually, that color's not bad. So let's get back to our. Actually, let me mute that. Let's see. Whoops. Not mute it. Pull that out. See if I'm still getting the same artifacts with or without it. Yes, I am. So I'm going to actually just unplug that. It's not. That's just for the temperature color of the light. So we're still getting these goofy, sharp artifacts here. And that's due to the translucency node shader. So let us select this, and you might need to tweak around with the mix here after doing stuff. So let's go into edit mode. I'm assuming it's because of the geometry. I'm going to do a loop cut. I'm going to do one right in the middle and see what that does. Huh. That cleans it up. Okay, let's do one over here. And got rid of those sharp. I think it's an effect of the light, the block that I have there on either end, like the end caps. Let's do another one here and another one here. And I think that's that's part of that's a scratch from the roughness. So I'm gonna object mode. I'm gonna back this out a little bit. Change. I'm gonna do 0.5 just to see something first. And I'm using that mesh light, or the mesh with the emission shader. I did have, let me turn that off, kick this area light on. See what that does. Any different? Actually, I don't know how big that is. Actually, that's not bad either. The mesh light just gives a shape for the bulb, I guess. with the area light, you kind of see a little more of the ridges on the lens. So area light's viable as well. Let's go back to our headlight. That just might be too bright. Maybe, maybe not. I might have to go with the area light. I kind of like the way that looked better. Let's have that. Kind of liking the I like that you can kind of see the bulb there, but area light, at least you can see these ridges. I will keep both in the file, but let me just extend that a little bit. I wonder if we remove those sockets. It's kind of screwing things up a little bit. We don't need to know what the mechanics are behind there. Not getting any bleed. So that's good on that front. Let's go back to the mesh lights. Kind of draw that out. That's getting a little too sharp. Might just go with that area light. That's working pretty good, actually. What did I do? Oh, I turned off the wrong thing. Yeah, I kind of like that. And it keeps things a little more simple. Not getting any weird mesh breaks or artifacts or anything. I like the way that that's shining through. It's, area light doesn't have. Let me go to the settings here and let's just really crank this up. Let's make that 250. Pow! In case I ever wanted to make it really bright, I just wanted to see if we're getting any weird bleed or anything. Doesn't look like it. That actually looks pretty good, so let's change that to 75 watts. 60. I had it what at 15. Let's do 45 just for now. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get rid of this mesh because it's just giving me a headache, and go with the area light. Headlights, there we go. Looking pretty good. Alright, let's get the world back. Let's change this to 0. Make sure I'm not getting the shining light is coming here, it's not bleeding out. Yeah, that's looking good. So let's bring the world back and headlights, turn it off for the moment. And what I wanted to do, I want some, oh, where am I going to put gloss? I want, specular's not really doing anything. A little bit, we gotta crank it way up. Let's do a tad. Just a little wee bit. No, I think glossy's gonna be better. I don't know where I'm gonna plug it in though. Could just do another mix with, I want that into there. I want, oh, so I have the factor on that pretty low. Let me, whoops, let's put 0.5, so we're doing a mix, half and half there. Yeah, let me turn that down. That's, go back to 15, just so we're not blinding ourselves, and see what this was doing. Okay, so that's kind of the translucency. I don't want it full, I just want a little bit. What I have, 0.1 something, 0.2, 0.5. It's too much. We'll just leave it there for the moment. So I'm going to put the, let me bring it up first. Glossy. Glossy, glossy. It's a shader. I don't want, color, I don't need the glossy, I do. I want it to be, let's mix these together and see what we got. Just gonna duplicate this and put this at the default and drop that in there, drop that in there. Let's turn our headlight off, and that's too much. Too much. Just want a little bit of shine on there. Let's do 0.5 first, and then kick up the roughness. Yeah, 0.5 is still too much. 0.1 might be good. That's a strong effect. And at 0 we got that. Oops. Add little by little and see what we get. That's getting closer. I should put it here, no? I can't really put it, I can change the color of it though. But I do want, you know, I can take this eye lens and dump it into the roughness. So let's go back to 0 rough and oh, it actually doesn't matter. That really kills it. I do need to break that up though, but not with, well, I'd have to do a separate. I'm just trying to keep this as clean as possible, but right now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna plug this roughness back into that. Let me move this over. I need some room to see. So let's put that in there. Let's do color ramp and I'm going to mute this now. Oh, actually not mute it. I'm going to pop this out. Oh, so it is breaking it up a little bit. Yeah, because that's just 2. Alright, so let's use that roughness. Which I kind of like where it's broken up there. Yeah, I can use something like that, but we'll just have to change this color and maybe, so 0 is there, 1 is full, 0.3 is too much, 0.2, it's a lot of tweaking. That actually looks good, but we will have to change the color to kind of match the could just copy and paste. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright, so that's that. And I think yeah, I think that's what I want for those, and we'll just go ahead and I'm gonna hit camera view. Deselect, so that's what we have in the light, and darken everything up. Kick this light back on. Yep, that looks good. That's what I want. Subtle marks there. I'm not going to see them a lot when the light's on anyway. So let's turn that off, bring the world back, and yeah. You know, apart from some minor detail tweaks, if I want to do them, I mean, there's no really way of saying that this isn't done. Exciting. Alright, so we're done with that. It is done. It is done. I might want to change this. See, here I go. Messing with stuff again. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is a mess. I got a lot of cleanup to do. Get rid of that. So this is the lens. I just wanted to maybe lighten this up a little bit. So we can see a little more of the reflections on there. Yeah, can just leave it there for now. So I got a lot of material cleanup to do, but I will create a template material for this plastic, and I'm already seeing that might be too much. 0.05. Nope, let's just leave it. 0.1. I'll get over it. I can just drag it out. With this texture here, it's too contrasting. I want kind of muted there. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do some, I want to make it so we have controls for everything readily available, so make it a viable material to use for anything really. So I'll have to get that cleaned up and sorted and organized and all that nonsense. So I will do that. So there we have Mr. Claptrap done for the most part. I'll clean up the materials and get that put together, and I'll have to get that on my website so you guys can download it. It's could be a handy resource for like a light cover, globe, circular, or like a wall sconce, something like that. Be handy. Alright, I think it's done. I'll get these cleaned up, get the rest of the file cleaned up, and then we're gonna have to start on the rig. I do have the old rig to use as a template, but I am not a rigger and I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to rigging things. So I will take that old rig I have and then we will apply it to this so we can get some motion and posing on this dude. Cool. I'll leave it there for today and get things cleaned up and can start on the rigging next time. So until then, I will see you and have a great day. Thanks for watching.